is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. I think a lot of people get lost essentially in the past. It's really important that people get lost in just living their life. One of my favorite concepts by Friedrich Nietzsche explains the concept of downgoing. Downgoing is the up. It's how you get to where you want to be, how you're successful. Because the minute that you think you're great and amazing is when you're not great and amazing anymore. And I think this is something a lot of people get mixed up. They think once, they have money or they have fame or they have this concept that is actually unattainable, that their life will be better. It's a huge misconception that I think has been popularized, especially by our media today. People should be focusing on the downgoing, focusing on their faults, focusing on the things that they hate in life, the things that also bring them joy. It's a spectrum. I always also say that to attain greatness and great things, there's going to be a lot of blockage. This is the one thing I don't understand. Why people just think that this thing is gonna plop in front of them. I mean, yes, if something is right for you, I do truly believe, at least in my life, I've seen that it just comes. But once I have that thing, it is not at all easy. It's so extremely difficult. But the minute that you give up is the minute that you're showing everybody else, the world, God, that it's not meant for you, that you don't want it. You're basically giving back God's gifts. Why would you do that? You have to keep going. You have to. Another thing that I think is really important, people don't focus enough about the things that they don't like, especially about themselves. For example, if I was a terrible communicator, I would look inward and say, why am I bad at communicating? Why do my relationships not work out? Why do I have all these issues? I'm not going to look outwards and blame somebody else for things that are going wrong in my life, things that I want to change. Another thing, why would I do that? It doesn't make sense. I constantly hear, why can't I get a boyfriend? Why can't I get this? You're asking for somebody else to do something. That's out of your control. You have to look inwards. Think about things that you can change for yourself, because changing those things about yourself, overall, you'll be operating on a higher frequency. And I know that sounds crazy. I used to think about that term and be like, whoa, that's so out of scope for what I know and what I think, but it's not. You have to be operating at a higher level in order to achieve what you want. You have to be operating at that level, frequency, whatever you want to call it, in order to get the things that you want. And I know it's been said 1,000 times, but it needs to be said. People need to hear it. You can't just keep saying all these terrible things all the time and hoping that amazing things happen to you, because they're not going to, unless you actually truly believe it yourself. I used to talk down to myself every single day. I used to wake up and tell myself, get up, like you're ugly, this, that, and I truly believed those things. My camera died. But the minute that I woke up one day and I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to talk to myself like that anymore, is the minute that my life changed. So easy to get caught in patterns. Your brain and your spirit are separate entities, but you can break these cycles however you want to come to that conclusion, or you can keep living by these rules that other people have imposed on you. Your choice. I know so many people that are living in their own personal hell just because they won't do the change. They won't make the change. People always tell me that they want things, they want relationships, they want money, they want this. I tell them, go out tomorrow and live your perfect day with what you have. Don't go beyond your means. Go out, live your perfect day with what you have. If that does mean, going out, spending a little money, if you have it, then whatever. It doesn't require money. That's what I'm trying to get across. Go out and live your perfect day, not beyond your means, with what you have. If you cannot do that, then you are not going to get what you want. Why would you get what you want if you can't even be happy with what you have? If you can't even appreciate the things that are right in front of you, why would bringing something into the equation make you happy? It doesn't make sense. It's not logically sound. You have to invest time into yourself, time into things that you love, and it's going to take time. Good things take time. If you like to draw, you're not going to be Michelangelo. You're not going to be Beethoven the minute that you play the piano. It's just not probable at all. You have to invest time into yourself, invest time into the things that you love. And I wish I could say it over and over again because it's the thing that truly healed me. Investing time into the things that I love. Now, was I always good at the things that I love? No. Honestly, I was awful. I had to reteach myself how to learn. I had to reteach myself how to love. I had to reteach myself common things that, I think every single human deserves. And that's why I'm saying these things. I'm not saying these things just to be like, oh, get rich scheme. No, I'm saying these things because I want other people to feel the joy and love that I have for myself, for life, for everything. When I wake up, I'm happy. When I go to bed, I'm happy. Awful things happen all the time. All the time. I'm not gonna go into my personal life, but bad things happen to me all the time. My head can still hit that pillow at night, and I can still be happy, appreciate what I have. I always say this, especially about people who, I feel like maybe we don't align, maybe we don't get along for whatever reason. I'll see people on Instagram, for example, posting their amazing life, posting their beautiful whatever. I personally cannot sustain that. Like, what? That's just not sustainable, at least for me. But I think it's okay because I can sit down at my breakfast table and see more beauty in just looking at a plate and reading and eating my breakfast. I can have more beauty in that than I think most people see in their entire lifetime because I focus on the things that are important to me. I focus on the things that I love, the things that bring me happiness and joy, and I wish that more people did. Instead of focusing on all these things that you don't have, focusing on these negative aspects of your life, focus on putting that energy into something that's actually going to reap the fruits of your life. I don't even know if that's how it goes, but reap the benefits, reap the things that you have, appreciate the things that you have, learn to love. Learn to actually love. I know that's crazy. Like, who says that nowadays? You should be wanting to you should be on TikTok Shop. You should be on TikTok Shop. Like, no. Be happy with what you have. Because it can all be taken away in a second. It can all, you know what I mean? So wake up every single day. If you have a lamp by your bed, how lucky are you? You get some light, If you have a window, if you have books, whatever makes you happy, just focus on the things that make you happy. I think it is important to recognize when you're successful and be grateful and understand why that thing you feel brought you success. But I had those anxieties and sadness and so many different things, and you can really channel these things that make you upset into something instead of sitting there and hoping that life will get better on its own. You have the ability to make it better and to get the things that you want. They're already yours. You have to invest some time and energy into it. That's my TED Talk.